really just going to be a little bit of a ramble update about my life. It's probably going to be a shorter one, so just keep that in mind. So, I started this channel 6 months ago, in part because I am a professional artist. I'm a tattoo artist, and I've been a professional artist in some capacity for like the better part of my adult life. So I worked in a costume shop from like 19 to 22, and then I started tattooing when I was 24. So basically most of my life I've been like an artist by profession. But I've never ever experienced artistic burnout like what I experienced this year specifically. And one of the things that I noticed was that when I started doing ASMR, when I started making videos here, I had something else that was not like art related or like visual art related that I could focus on, that gave me some kind of purpose outside of my job, that was just for me, you know. So that was really helpful. That was like part of the reason why I made this channel. What happened this year was a lot happened this year, and a few videos back I had talked about the fact that a friend of mine passed away, and I was grieving, and I'm still in the process of grieving, but there's been a lot of like sadness this year, and it really started to take a toll on me within the last couple months. I really felt so demotivated to do anything, and I felt like I was using all of my free time just to like not even relax, like just to like try to come down so that I could feel better when I would go into work and stuff, and it just wasn't happening. I was just so stressed, tired, and demotivated. I didn't want to do anything. I got really caught up in like, you know, the myth of Sisyphus. Like, every day we push the boulder up the hill, and every night it just slides right back down. And I started to get really, really in my head about it. And I felt stressed, and I felt tired, and I felt like life was just so monotonous. So I've made some changes. I didn't want to give up tattooing. Obviously, it's like, I love it. It's the only job I've ever like absolutely loved. But the schedule at my workplace was not working for me anymore. So I changed my place of work, and I am now in a new studio. I do miss everyone from the old studio, but I just feel so much lighter now, and like clear-headed. I just feel better, and I have so much more flexibility, which has been great, not just for me to do more things that I want to do, but also for my like home life. I can see my family more. I've been tattooing for almost 3 years, and in those 3 years I've Because tattooing, you kind of work like all the time if you're busy, which is what you want to be, right? My schedule now is better because I can set my own appointments and go in and take my appointments, and then I can leave. And it just means that I get to use my time way more effectively. There's no distractions. I don't have to be physically in a space just waiting for the clock to run out. I get to just be wherever I need to be, wherever I feel like I need to be. And it's been great so far. So I'm really happy. I really like my new shop. I've met a lot of people. There's a lot of artists. And they're all so talented. It's really, it was a little intimidating at first, but everyone has their own unique thing that they do. And I like that. So, that's what I'm doing now. I also had been really stressed out and had a lot of anxiety. And I've been trying to manage my anxiety more effectively. I've been exercising more, which has been good because I used to work out like 5 days a week for like 2 hours a day. Like, there was such a loud motorcycle all through college. Even in high school, I was always doing sports, but all through college, I used to work out a ton. And then when I moved to LA, I still worked out, but it started to get to be less and less because I was so busy and my schedule was so insane. And then ever since I've been tattooing, it's like I barely have time to go to the gym. I barely have time to run. Like, I just couldn't do it. And I was always an athlete, so I felt like I was losing myself a little bit. But I have more time now. And I feel so much better. I feel physically better. I feel mentally better. I've also been taking, well, I went to the doctor finally too, because I finally figured out this issue I was having with my insurance. Because I don't get insurance through work, because I'm an independent contractor. And so I had issues finding a primary care doctor that I was comfortable with. And I have one now. And he ran some blood tests, or did like my metabolic panel. And I was scared because I've had issues in the past. I had heart palpitations from a combination of things that were happening. Like, I lost my train of thought because there was like a motorcycle. Either way, I was really scared that I was gonna be like, I don't know, that I was gonna be unhealthy because I just felt unhealthy. I felt tired and weak all the time, and I wasn't eating right, wasn't working out as much as I should, or as much as I wanted to. But he told me that I was okay. I was just a little bit vitamin D deficient, which is weird because I was like, I spend a lot of time in the sun. What are you talking about? But the reality is I actually haven't been spending as much time in the sun because I'm always tattooing. So I've been taking vitamin D supplements and magnesium supplements, and maybe you guys saw there was like a viral TikTok. I didn't see it on TikTok because I don't go on TikTok anymore. I saw it on like Twitter of a guy who like helped calm his anxiety by taking vitamin D and magnesium in conjunction. I was just like, magnesium is supposed to help you relax, help you sleep, and I have lots of issues with coming down to like a chill level. So I started taking those, and I feel like I do feel more relaxed. Like, I don't feel anxious all the time. Like, I don't feel anxious right now. I feel a little bit anxious. Like, I have like a base level, but if I think about the thing that's making me anxious, then I'll feel it. But if I kind of move forward, it'll settle. But usually usually, like, for the last, like, 6 months, I've been, like, anxious, like, extremely anxious all the time. Like, I had multiple anxiety attacks and, like, panic attacks at really inconvenient times. I had, like, just, like, crippling anxiety where I was, like, frozen for, like, entire days. Like, if I had a day off, I would just waste it, like, sitting on the couch because I was, like, frozen. Like, I could not move. I thought Duke was coming upstairs. I got excited. I've been, like, an anxious person for, I don't know, my entire adult life at least. I think I've been an anxious person since I was, like, 12. Maybe before. I don't even know. But I find that it takes different forms, and I will develop new coping mechanisms, sometimes healthy, sometimes not, and, you know, and I'm like, it's still there. It's just still there. So I accept that I have pretty extreme anxiety. It's really, really annoying, but I have found that I do a pretty good job of, like, walking through it anyway. Like, whatever is making me anxious, I'll just do the thing, or I'll just have to wait it out, you know. And accepting that you have anxiety is really important. You know, I know a lot of people say stuff like that, but it is, like, you're not gonna get rid of it. You know, you can really, I know that you can, you know, there's certain medications you can take, and you can do certain kinds of therapy, but, like, for the vast majority of people with anxiety, like, it's always gonna be there. You just have to learn how to, like, manage it, right? And I'm not preaching because I know how to fix it. You can't. I'm just saying this is my experience, and I just kind of, like, I'm okay with it. It's annoying, and I wish I didn't have it, you know, but I'm okay with it in the sense that, like, I learn a little bit more every time I go through a time of extreme anxiety and stress. Like, I learn a little bit more about things that I can do. The last sort of anxious blocks, periods that I had were very extreme. And the last, like, anxiety attacks, like panic attacks, I know those are different, but, like, I don't really know how to define, because I've had panic attacks and anxiety attacks that have taken many different forms, but they're very intense physically. And the last one I had was super, super extreme, and really frustrating. And so I just realized that I was just, like, fried. Like, I was just really, really fried. And I feel a little lighter now. One thing that I also had going on, like, amid all of this transitional stuff, was I had booked tickets to go to the Rebels and Renegades music festival in Monterey. I used to live up north. I didn't live in Monterey, but I used to go there on the weekends and stuff. I used to go to that aquarium, like, all the time. Oh my god, I have to show you the little shark that I got. I got another shark. When I was leaving for college, I have to find the shark. I have so many sharks. I have to find Beowulf. I know he's up there somewhere. I see him. When I was leaving for college, my friend and I, we were seniors in high school. I actually can't remember if we had already graduated or if we were about to graduate, but we went to, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I get hung up on those details. You see what I mean? We went to Monterey to go to the aquarium, and I bought a sized plushie tiger shark, and I named him Beowulf. And he was the only stuffed animal I took to college, which I know is an insane sentence because most people take 0 stuffed animals to college, but I had to take at least one, and I accumulated like a bunch while I was there. But I took my shark Beowulf. He's a tiger shark. He's like in the hammock over here, and then I don't know if you can see up there. I'm gonna go grab him right now. Her name is Shug, or Shug. Because that's just her name. I'm gonna grab her. Shuggy was actually cheaper than Beowulf, I think. There was like a cuter shark, but for some reason this one just appealed to me more, and it's quite noticeably a great white, which is what I wanted. Either a great white or a hammerhead, but they didn't have hammerheads. They didn't even have the tiger sharks anymore, I don't think. But that's Shuggy Shug. Shugga. She's cute. Anyway, I got her this time. I went up there with my husband and 2 of our friends for this festival, and we decided to like make a vacay out of it. We drove up to Monterey with my friend, and we met her husband while we were up there. We drove from LA to Monterey. It took about 5 hours. We took Duke with us. He was a very good boy. It was a really, really great drive up. I got to go to the Taco Bell. I'd never had a Doritos Locos taco before, so I had one with black beans. I don't eat meat. I don't know if I've ever like addressed the vegetarianism. I say vegetarian because it's like I'm like 99.9% vegetarian. I'm giving you all the details because this is an ASMR video. Yeah, we drove up through the Central Valley, which I kind of like. Obviously the PCH1 is way prettier, but it takes longer, and like I'm not doing that. But I don't mind that drive, and it didn't take us. It felt shorter because usually I would go up a little further if I was like visiting my parents because they live a little bit farther north. But Monterey is a little farther south. So we went to Monterey, and we stayed in a really cute, like a motel. It was near a butterfly sanctuary in Pacific something. I don't remember. Pacific Grove. And then the next day we woke up and my friend and I walked around town, and I got a mimosa at this cute little breakfast place, and we went into okay, so I almost just had a mental breakdown because I thought that I had lost one of the things that I purchased at the antique store, because I went to an antique store with my friend while we were walking around town in the morning, and I bought some things. It was an amazing antique store, the best antique store I've ever been in. There's a big bazaar like in Venice, like near where I live, that is incredible and massive, but even that didn't even like hold a candle to this antique store in Monterey or in Pacific Grove. It was stunning and it was cheap, and I bought this for my brother. He won't watch this. If anyone is watching this who knows my brother, just like don't tell him. He does golf sometimes. It's like a bottle opener golf club, and it's by Sensor. For the thumbnail, it was $35, which I know seems like a lot, but like this is cool. It's for, I'm gonna give it to him for Christmas. I like to collect early. I also bought these for myself, and these were the things that I just tore apart my room trying to find. They're gonna be backwards, so I'll try to flip them or something. But it says rock and roll, and then Guns N' Roses at the bottom, and it's a Terminator X Guns N' Roses. And I believe this is Axel, and this is Slash right here, and then this has got to be I don't know which one that is. This is Izzy Stradlin. I think that's Izzy Stradlin. And I'm gonna guess this is Duff McKagan right there. And so this must be Steve Adler. Or whoever was the drummer after him. I don't know the names of the other guys. So it's actually probably not Stevie, because he looks different than that. But I think I got the others. You guys can fact check them for me. But I love the Terminator, and I love Guns N' Roses. Or I loved them, their heyday. I wasn't around for it, but I love it. And I also have the Leonard Skinner one. It says Leonard Skinner, Jacksonville, Alabama, Sweet Home, Alabama, March 29th, 1974, one night only. I really like this. It's cool. And then it says, what does it say? Support Southern Rock. Tickets on sale. Speaking of Southern Rock, we were there. We went to the aquarium that day, and then it was 1,000 degrees, and I saw otters, and I saw a hammerhead shark, and a sturgeon, and I saw some reef sharks, I think, or like a leopard shark. We saw all kinds of tons of jellyfish, lots of stuff. It was cool. And then, did you hear my stomach? Oh my god. And then we went to pick up my friend's husband, and we hung out in the hot tub, and because there was a little hot tub at the hotel, or the motel. And then, I'm sorry, and then the next day we went to the festival. We got this newspaper while we were in town. It says, Monterey County Weekly, Wild Country, the Rebels and Renegades Music Festival returns for its second year, featuring diverse sounds of Americana and further solidifying the good vibes, presents Empire. I'm not sure who these guys are, actually. I don't know who they are. But this was happening. That's why we went. I bought those tickets months ago. So it kind of crept up on me. I was like unprepared really for the trip, but it was great. While I was at the show, I purchased a shirt, and I'm gonna show you this shirt like in my next video, because I think I'm gonna like fold some clothes, which I know is like not that exciting, but I was like, whatever, that would be a cute time. And then I also got the smoking blend from Earth Cura Apothecary. It says it's got organic mullein. Is it mullein or mullein? Rose petals, Damiana, peppermint, and catnip. I don't have any cats, so. It says great body fluff, taste supportive, nervine, calming, respiratory herbs. So you're supposed to, you can make tea with this, or you can put it instead of tobacco, like in your cigarettes, or your, if you partake in marijuana, you can put this in with that. I got this. I got a couple other things too. Mostly for my husband. I bought him a hat. Did I buy anything else? I don't think I did. But I'm a little worried about the shark being over there in case Duke comes in, but he's usually a good boy. I bought that at a stall. There was a young lady managing a stall, because the festival was like, it wasn't a huge festival, but it was like a stage, and then there was like a weed garden, and then some like games, and a bunch of stalls for selling wine and liquor and beer and stuff. And then there was a band, like a long road of stalls of like merchandise, and like there was like a beautiful hat stand. I'll try to insert the Instagram of the hat shop, because it was incredible. And then I didn't buy one because it was a little out of my budget, but it was really nice. And then after that was, there's a big stage that was like enclosed, and then there was a bunch of food like over at the end, like a bunch of food stalls. It was delicious. I got like 3 different things. And I went in to talk to the lady at the apothecary and asked her if she knew about anything that would help me like with grief. And she was like, this one might help you sort of ground yourself. So I bought that. We went because I wanted to see Whiskey Myers. I love Whiskey Myers. My favorite songs, I've been listening to them like nonstop since we left. My favorite songs are Virginia, Lightning, Stone, and Broken Window Serenade. They're so good. They didn't play Virginia or Lightning, which I was disappointed that they didn't play Virginia, because I was like imagining seeing that live. They were the headliners. They went last on the big stage, and it was beautiful. They were really great. They rocked pretty hard, and at the end they played A Fortunate Son, which was really cool. It's good to see that. We also saw Kurt Vile. He was great. He looks so young. He might be really young, I don't know. But that was fun. And then everyone else, I was just vibing really hard. We missed the first couple of people because we got there at like 1, and then I kind of went in and out of paying attention, you know, throughout the day. But I got to see Whiskey Myers, and that was sick. Unfortunately, the drive home was really, really rough because there was a closure on the, well, there was an accident, unfortunately, on the Grapevine coming back into like LA. Basically, it's like, if you've done that drive, you know, like you kind of leave the Central Valley and you climb up into the hills, and then you make your way towards Los Angeles County, and it's right around where I think they're called the Tejon or the Tion, like their outlets. There was an accident earlier in the day, and we noticed it when we were driving because the navigator kept adding like 15 minutes, and we were like, oh my god, we've had 3 hours left for like the last hour and a half, like what's happening? And we figured there was like some kind of traffic, but it would clear up, but it didn't. So we hit the traffic after about like 3 hours of driving, and we were in the traffic. It usually would take about 10 minutes to get through that part. It took us about an hour and a half, which was better than it had been earlier that day. But it was like 95, because it's the Central Valley in California. It was about 3 p.m., so the sun was very much directly on us, and the car started to overheat because we were crawling, and we had the dog, and we had to turn the heater on to keep, like, suck the heat out of the engine, and we kept having to like weave, not like just in the lane, just to keep the car moving instead of like creeping, because it was working really hard. And then we had to pull over and pop the hood and let it cool down, and we kept feeding the dog water because he was panting, and he was like sitting in the footwell like he was really hot. I felt so bad for him. And then once we pulled over and we sat for a minute, we got back on the highway. The traffic ended like 10 minutes later, and the car was fine. But it was scary for like an hour. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna break down, and we're not gonna be able to get a tow truck for like 2 hours. And it was boiling Like, it was so hot. I was like, I had a hat and I like covered my face with it because it was like the heat was just directly on just this side of my face. But we made it, and it was a great weekend apart from that last part. So I came back feeling pretty excited, feeling pretty good.